loved you when the lights went out, when you didn't love yourself, when your hands were shaking and your hope was somewhere else. I stayed through every storm you hit, behind a half smile and a joke. I held the way you couldn't carry, until my own heart broke. I never counted what it cost me, I just wanted you okay. I loved you unconditionally, without the ifs or whys. I saw the cracks inside your soul, and still I stayed by your side. I gave you every part of me, you gave me reasons to bleed. I loved you unconditionally, but you couldn't love me. Oh, I forgave what I shouldn't have, called it understanding. I believed every hour changed while you were slowly leaving. I made excuses for your distance, learned to live with less. I loved you in the quiet ways you never noticed, yet I thought love meant holding on, even when it hurts this much. I loved you unconditionally, through the highs and lows. I was there when you were lost, when you didn't know where to go. I emptied out my heart for you and called it loyalty. I loved you unconditionally, and lost myself in between. Do you know how hard it is to love without being loved back? To give someone your forever while they're planning their escape. I would have stayed through anything if you had chosen me, but love can't survive alone on broken promises and dreams. I loved you unconditionally, but love should never be this cold. I gave you all the warmth I had and watched my own heart grow. Now I'm learning how to let you go and set what's left of me free. I loved you unconditionally, but I deserve more than halfway. I deserve more than halfway. I don't regret the love I gave, even if it was in return. I loved you unconditionally, and that's a lesson I earned. I showed you the parts I hide, the cracks I buried deep inside, the nights I couldn't fall asleep, the secrets I swore I'd keep. I let you in when no one goes, I gave you warmth in my coldest soul. But love's not meant to feel this small, when giving all still isn't enough at all. You took the pieces I couldn't find and left me standing in the night. I gave you my weakness, every tear, every fear. I gave you my silence, hoping you'd hear. I gave you the pieces of me I never let anyone see. I gave you my weakness, and you let it be. I trusted your hands to hold me right, but gave you my weakness, every scar, every doubt. I gave you my patience while you let love run out. I gave you the pieces of me that I never let anyone see. I gave you my weakness and you let it be. Oh, do you even remember the way I let you in? The nights I carried a sorrow while my heart bled within. I would've stayed forever if you had stayed too, but you chose indifference over the love I gave you. I gave you my weakness, every dream, every plea. I gave you my heart, and it wasn't enough to keep. I gave you the pieces of me that I swore I'd never show. I gave you my weakness, and now I let you go. Keep the pieces I gave you safe inside myself. I gave you my weakness, but I'll survive. I learned your silence like a language, every pause, every sigh. I could feel you drifting farther, even when you were by my side. I made excuses for your distance, called it stress, called it time, anything to keep believing you were still trying. Waiting for the moment you'd come back to me again. I stayed until it hurt, until love felt like a bruise. I stayed when all the signs said I was losing you. I bit myself in pieces just to make it work. I didn't leave when I should've. I stayed until it hurt. You stopped saying I miss you, stopped asking how my day went. I started loving you quieter, so you wouldn't feel the weight. I carried all the heaviness, so you wouldn't have to choose between staying out of comfort or telling me the truth. You stayed halfway in my arms, I stayed all the way in love. I stayed until it hurt, until hope felt naive. I stayed when I was begging you to just believe. I gave you every reason, you gave me every doubt. I didn't know how to walk away, so I stayed and burned out. Do you know how hard it is to love someone who's already gone? To keep holding on when you're the only one. I would've let you go sooner if you'd been honest with me, but you let me keep loving you while you were learning to leave. If loving you meant losing me, then this goodbye's overdue. I stayed until it hurt. Now I'm walking away from you. I held your shadow when you left the room. Talked to the silence, pretending it was you. Every promise cracked like glass in my hand. I tried to hold on, but I don't understand. Your name still echoes in the walls at night, like a faded song that doesn't sound right. You said forever like you meant it then, but forever broke when you left again. I stitched your lies into my skin, called it love, let the pain sink. And I loved you in pieces, you loved me whole. I gave you my heart, you borrowed my soul. I bled every color just to keep you warm, while you watched me break and called it a storm. Now I'm standing here with nothing but proof that I loved you in pieces, but I loved you true. I memorized the way you look away. Every time the truth got in your way, I learned to smile through the tears I hid. Said I'm fine like a stupid kid. Oh, you took the best parts, left the rest undone. I was the moon, you needed the sun. I waited for you to choose me right, but I was always your second fight. I built a home from shattered dreams. You walked out clean, I stayed unseen. I loved you in pieces, torn and worn. Every goodbye felt like being born into a world where you're not mine, where your hands don't reach for time. I broke myself just to feel your truth. I loved you in pieces, 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 I loved you loose. No, do you miss me when the night gets cold, when your new love doesn't hold you close? Do you hear my voice in the songs we knew, or am I just a ghost to you? I would have stayed through the darkest days, but you chose easy, you chose away. I loved you in pieces, scars and all. Pick myself up after every fall. You never saw how much I gave, you just saw how I behave. Now I'm learning what love should do, 'cause I loved you in pieces, and it broke me too. If loving you was losing me, then maybe this is how I'm free. I'll gather my heart, start over slow. I loved you in pieces. Now I love me whole. gave you my mornings, my nights, my days. I loved you in quiet and in loudest ways. Every secret I held, every tear I cried, I left them all open, never tried to hide. I saw your heart in colors no one else could see. I gave you the parts you could only dream to be. But love is fragile, and sometimes it's unfair. You left me holding nothing, just empty air. I believe in us when no one else would. I gave you my all and you never understood. I loved you genuinely, with every piece of me. I stayed through the storms, I stayed through the pain, but you let it slip away. I loved you genuinely, through the highs and lows. I gave my heart to you completely, and that's the truth you'll never know. I forgave the mistakes you didn't even see. Hope for your hand, your heart, your honesty. I gave you my time, my soul, my mind, but love like mine is so hard to find. I watched you drift, I watched you leave, while I was still holding on, still trying to believe. I loved you in ways the words can't explain, but love like mine can't feel someone else's pain. I stayed when you walked away. I hope you'll come back one day. I loved you genuinely, with every piece of me. I stayed through the storms, I stayed through the pain, but you let it slip away. I loved you genuinely, through the highs and lows. I gave my heart to you completely, and that's the truth you'll never know. Do you know what it means to give everything you are, everything you live, to love someone fully, to bleed and stay, even when they're slowly fading away? I would've stayed forever if you had stayed too, but genuine love can't survive when only one heart is true. I loved you genuinely, I gave you my soul, my dreams. I believed in a love that was ours to keep, but it fell apart at the seams. I loved you genuinely, and I love myself enough to let go. I'll take the pieces you left behind and learn to heal, to grow. I loved you genuinely, and the love will always be mine. I watched you slip through my fingers like smoke I couldn't breathe in. Every word I never said still echoes under my skin. I tried to be what you needed, but I was afraid of the fall. I loved you with my whole heart, still somehow lost it all. I was standing right beside you, but I was miles away inside. You were the love I couldn't hold, the one my hands weren't strong enough for. I let you go before I knew what forever was supposed to be. For now you're that's what's breaking me. I see your face in strangers, hear you laugh in empty rooms. Every maybe someday turned into I lost you too soon. I should've fought when it mattered, instead I swallowed the pain. Now I'm paying for my silence. Every nighty night it rains. You waited for me to choose you, I waited for the fear to leave. You were the love I couldn't hold, the dream I let slip through my hands. I was scared of losing myself, so I lost what we could have been. Now you're gone and I finally see what you always meant to me. You were the love I couldn't hold, and now you're free. If I could turn back the clock, I love you out loud, love you brave. I take every risk I was too scared to face. But regrets don't change the truth, they just haunt the heart they choose. You were the love I couldn't hold, but you held me when I was weak. You believed in us so much, while I barely believed in me. Now I'm learning too late what real love's supposed to be. You were the love I couldn't hold, and I'll carry that with me. Loves you better in all the ways I failed to show. You were the love I couldn't hold, but you were the best I've ever known. I spend my night dreaming of you, counting the stars and hoping it's true. I held my heart, kept it in place, waiting for your love, your embrace. Every word you said felt like a spotlight in the shadows inside my heart. I believed in what could be, even when the world forgot about me. I waited in silence, I waited in fear, hoping one day you'd finally be here. You were the love I waited for, the one I prayed would open the door. I gave you my time, I gave you my heart, but you kept your name close to my chest, even when you didn't see my best. I forgave your distance, forgave your lies, kept believing in your goodbyes. But love isn't just hoping, love isn't just waiting, it's holding, it's giving, it's never too late. I gave but you tore us apart. You were the dream I held so tight, the hope I carried through the night. You were the love I waited for, but now I can't wait anymore. Oh, but now I can't wait anymore. Do you know how it feels to love and be unseen? To give all of yourself and still not be enough. Not even green. I waited for a love that would stay, but you let it slip away. You were the love I waited for, the one I prayed would open the door. I gave you my time, I gave you my heart, but you tore us apart. You were the dream I held so tight, the hope I carried through the night. You were the love I waited for, but now I can't wait anymore. Oh, but now I can't wait anymore. Oh, I'll keep the pieces, I'll learn to be strong. I'll find the love I've been waiting for all along. You were the love I waited for, but now I can't wait anymore. I held your hand through the quiet nights, carried your pain like it was mine. I whispered promises you never kept, and counted tears that I quietly wept. You smiled at me, but your heart was gone. I was learning love on my own. I gave my all, I gave my best, but I carried this love like a silent test. You stayed, but your heart was far away. I was the only one who chose to stay. I was holding on alone while you were letting go. I built a world for us to live in, but you didn't even know. I kept loving when your love was gone, kept believing all night long. I was holding on alone to a love you'd already outgrown. I waited for the words I never hear, fought for a love that disappeared. I gave you everything I had to give, but you took it all without a care to live. I stayed up counting every flaw while you stayed blind to it all. I tried to mend the cracks in your heart, but I was falling apart from the start. You walked beside me, but never near. I was the only one shedding tears. I was holding on alone while you were letting go. I built a world for us to live in, but you didn't even know. I kept loving when your love was gone, kept believing all night long. us every day? Or did you forget while walking free, leaving me broken, left to bleed? I would've stayed forever if you had stayed too, but love can't survive when only one heart is true. I was holding on alone through the storms and the cold. I gave you all my courage, all the love I could hold. I kept dreaming when the dream was gone, kept believing all night long. I was holding on alone to a love you'd already outgrown. I learned to let go, I learned to move on. I won't stay holding on. I was holding on alone, but now I'll be strong. But now I'll be strong. Even when your eyes look past me, even when your heart was far away, I stayed, I tried, I held on quietly through every storm, through every gray. I saw the cracks you tried to hide, the silent pain you kept inside. I reached for you through the cold and out, but your love felt like it was fading out. I kept believing, I kept holding on, even when I felt so alone. I was still choosing you. Through the nights I cried, the things I knew, I gave my all when you barely tried. I stayed awake while you said goodbye. I was still choosing you, even when your love was leaving too. I held the pieces, I held the truth. Oh, I was still choosing you. I forgave the distance, I forgave the lies, the broken words, the quiet goodbye. I carried your heart like it was mine, even when you crossed every line. I stayed in the places you walked away, hoping somehow you wanna stay. I loved you in ways you couldn't see, but I never stopped, I never let you be. I kept believing, I kept holding on, even when I felt so alone. Was still choosing you. Through the nights I cried, the things I knew, I gave my all when you barely tried. I stayed awake while you said goodbye. I was still choosing you, even when your love was leaving too. I held the pieces, I held the truth. I was still choosing you. Do you even remember how much I gave, how much I stayed? Or am I just a ghost now of a love you let fade? I would have stayed forever if you had stayed too. But I chose you even when it hurt, even when you didn't choose me too. I was still choosing you. Through every doubt, every tear I knew. I gave my heart, I gave my soul, but you let go while I stayed whole. I was still choosing you, even when your love was leaving too. I held the pieces, I held the truth. I was still choosing you. Now I'll learn to choose myself, even though I still remember I was still choosing you every single time. You rested in my arms like you were tired, but your heart was always packed to leave. You said my name like it was safe, but never like you believed in me. I gave you warmth, I gave you time. You gave me reasons not to sleep. I was a place you stayed a while, not the place you'd keep. You needed shelter from the storm, but you were always chasing doors. I wasn't your home, I was just a stop along the way. Somewhere you go when you didn't know where else to stay. You found your peace inside my chest, then left when you felt strong again. I wasn't your home, the love you visited. You left your clothes inside my drawers, but now your future here with me. You talked about someday and soon, like they were lies you didn't see. Yeah, I learned to read the silence every time you'd pull away. I felt you slipping even when you begged me not to say. I built a life with open doors, you kept one foot outside the porch. I wasn't your home, I was a room you rented out, a place to go when your world was falling down. I loved you through your every doubt. You loved me when it helped you breathe. I wasn't your home, I was the place you used to be. Do you miss me when the nights get long, when your heart wants somewhere safe? Or do you only think of me when you need a place to stay? I would have been your forever if you had let me in, but you don't build a home where you don't plan to live. I wasn't your home, but I made you feel okay. I held you close while you planned your escape. Now I'm learning what love You don't say my name the way you did, like it means something to you. Your eyes don't linger on my face like they used to do. We sit in silence, worlds apart. Even when you're holding me, I feel the distance in your touch, like you're already free. I keep searching for a reason to believe this isn't true, but every sign is screaming loud what my heart already knew. You don't love me anymore. I hear it in the way you breathe, in the space between your words, in the way you look past me. I keep fighting for a feeling you don't feel like you did before. You don't have to say it out loud. You don't love me anymore. Oh, you smile but it doesn't reach your eyes. You say you're just tired lately. I make excuses for your cold goodbye, so you won't have to hate me. I'd rather blame the world outside than face what's happening here. I'm holding on to fading love while you're letting disappear. I remember when your arms felt like the safest place. Now I'm lying next to someone who won't even meet my gaze. You don't love me anymore. It's written in the quiet nights, in the way you turn away before you say goodnight. I keep begging for a heartbeat that doesn't answer mine. You don't have to break my heart, it's already breaking fine. Did I change, or did you? Or did love just run its course? I'd forgive you for the truth if you just tell me once. I don't need another promise, I don't need to hear a lie. I just need the honesty in your goodbye. I'm not angry, just afraid of the moment you admit that staying hurts us both, but leaving's what it is. You don't love me anymore, and now I'm learning how to breathe without waiting for your touch or hoping you'll choose me. I'll stop asking you to stay where your heart doesn't belong. You don't love me anymore, and I'll learn to move on. So if you ever wonder why I walked away from before, it's because I finally listened. You don't love me anymore. We weren't perfect, we were honest in the way that only love can be. Two tired hearts learning hope in moments meant to be. We built a world out of late nights and promises we tried to keep. You held my hand like you believe in everything we be. They say some loves are meant to fade, like they were never real. But I still feel you in my chest, and I know where we fell. We meant something, you and I, even if we couldn't last. Every kiss, every fight, every tear I couldn't mask. If love is measured by the pain still aching when you're gone, then I know this much is true. We meant something. We said goodbye without a map. No villains, no mistakes, just two people breaking slowly under the weight we couldn't take. You smiled like you were alright, but your eyes told on your heart. I watched you walk away from me, like the end was from the start. I don't need a perfect ending or a reason to hold on. I just need to know our story wasn't something I got wrong. We meant something, you and I, even if we couldn't last. Every kiss, every fight, every dream that cracked in half. If love is measured by the pain still aching when you're gone, then I know this much is true. We meant something. Maybe timing was the thief. Maybe we were just too young. Maybe love doesn't survive on the words we never sung. But if I could rewrite us now, I wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause even broken love like ours still taught my heart to beat. I'm not asking for you back or to undo the end. I just need to know you felt it too, not just me pretending. We meant something, that's my truth. Even if it's all we were, a chapter torn, a fading bruise, still something pure. If I carry you forever, like a quietly sad song, then I'll carry it with pride. We meant something. When the nights get heavy and the memories start to sting, I'll whisper to the dark and we meant something. We carved our names into tomorrow, like it couldn't fade away. So every always in the dark meant something we could save. Your hand fit mine like destiny. Every promise felt so true. I built my life around the word forever said by you. I thought love was something steady, something time couldn't bend. But no one tells your heart what to do when forever ended. I broke into every dream fell out of place. One minute I was yours completely, the next just empty space. You walked away with all our plans, like they were easy to forget. I'm learning how to breathe again when forever Your side of the bed is colder now, like it knows you're gone. I still reach out and half asleep to where we belong. They say hearts heal like bones do, stronger after pain, but mine just aches in different ways. Every time it rains, I still hear your voice in your quiet room, still feel you in my head. I don't miss who you are today, I miss who you said. When forever ended, I broke in two, watched our future disappear. All the years we named together vanished in a tear. You said goodbye so gently, like love had met its end. I'm learning how to live alone when forever ended. Did you mean it when you said always, or was it just a word to say? Did your heart leave long before you walked away that day? I replay every memory, looking for the sign, the moment when us started slipping out of time. I don't hate you, I just miss the life I thought we lived. I don't need another promise, I just need to forgive. When forever ended, I lost my way, but found a strength I never knew. I learned some loves don't last forever, but they still feel true. If I loved you with my whole heart, then I have no regret. I'll carry what we were with grace when forever ended. So if you hear my name in silence, or feel the weight of then, no part of me is still healing from when forever ended. The lights are off, but I still see you in every shadow, every wall. Your jacket's hanging by the doorway, like you're coming back at all. The air still smells like your perfume, midnight wrapped in cheap cologne. I swear the silence says your name every time I'm alone. I boxed up all our photographs, but left one thing too soon. I packed your clothes, your letters too, but not your ghost in my room. There's your ghost in my room tonight, sitting where you used to sleep. It holds me close and lets me go, just enough to make me weak. I keep reaching for what's not there, still breaking over. You learn how to say goodbye, but not your ghost in my room. Not your ghost in my room. The mirror shows a tired face you wouldn't recognize. I talk to you like you're still here. Practice reaches out to hide the wounds. I smile all day, but every night I come home to you. I changed the locks, I changed my mind, I even changed my tone. But every step I try to take runs straight back to you. There's your ghost in my room tonight, lying next to broken dreams. It whispers every promise you never meant for me. I keep begging for the past like it's something I can choose. I learned how to live without you, but not your ghost in my room. Did you know you haunt me gently, like you never meant the pain? You don't scream, you don't accuse, you just stay. If I burn every memory, would you finally leave me alone? Or would I just be standing here in another empty home? I'm not angry anymore, just bruised where love once bloomed. You took your heart when you walked away, but left your ghost in my room tonight, calling me by my old name, reminding me of who I was before I learned this kind of pain. I keep holding on to nothing, like it's all I have to lose. I'll let you go, I swear I did, but not your ghost in my room. One day I'll open the window wide, let the morning pull you through. Till then I'll lie awake with the truth. There's still your ghost in my room. I used to laugh without thinking, like joy was easy to find. Now I practice it in mirrors, just to pass the time. You knew every reason I smiled, every crack in my pain. You held the light in my face, then walked away with the flame. I didn't notice it fading till the day you were gone. You didn't break my heart loudly, you just took what I loved from. You took my smile and left me here with memories I can't outrun. You took the parts of me that shine and called it moving on. I still try to look okay, so no one asks me why, but every time I force a laugh, I know you took my smile. I wear my hurt under my skin when nobody can see. They say you look the same as ever, but they don't know me. I stopped singing in the car, stopped dancing in the rain. I used to be someone you loved, now I'm someone who just waits. I gave you all the happiness I didn't know I had. You left me with the quiet nights and all the reasons I'm sad. You took my smile and left me here, trying to be alright. You walked away with all my light and called it bad timing. I don't cry like I used to, tears learned how to hide, but every empty mirror knows you took my smile. Did you know what you were taking when you said goodbye? Or did you think I'd be okay if I just tried? I don't miss the way you that's gone. I'd trade every tear I've cried just to feel that laugh again once. You took my smile, but I'll find it, even if it takes some time. I learned how to laugh without you and mean it when I smile. You don't get to keep my happiness, just the love I gave away. One day I'll wake up and realize you didn't take my smile, you delayed it.